Thanks for jumping on. So today we're going to talk about diet and getting off that roller coaster of being on a diet versus off a diet and how to sort of end that cycle that people get into. So if you know anyone who might benefit from this, hearing about how to keep on track and kind of build a lifestyle, please share this. I would love to get some more people on here and make this interactive and get some questions going too, because I think that always makes this more fun. So the main point of this scope is to just get rid of that whole idea of being on a diet. Thank you so much for inviting followers. Being on a diet and being like good versus bad with your nutrition. I just see this so much. So a little background on me. Hey Aldi. I am a health and nutrition and fitness coach, and so I run online support groups and help people get on track with their nutrition and fitness, and just I'm not a rapper, so no, I'd fail miserably at that. Hey girl. So my goal is to help people live healthy, happy lives, really just feel their best, get their digestion and their energy levels and, any chronic conditions sort of feeling better, and to make it really simple. My job is to try to simplify that for you. Thank you for the love. So that it doesn't have to be super complicated, and it doesn't have to be this daily chore, and you don't have to feel deprived and like confused about how to live your life well. So I hear a lot, you're doing keto. That's awesome. Wow, 115. HCG, I know a little about that, but keto can be great. So I hear a lot of this in my groups and from my clients and customers that, they'll have like a cheat day or a cheat meal that turns into a cheat day that turns into a cheat weekend. And then they feel like they've just like failed miserably, and I keep using air quotes because I don't like these terms. They feel like they like failed miserably. I'm glad you had a good food day. And then it's sort of this downward spiral, and they'll be like, oh, well, the weekend's blown. I'll start again on Monday. Like, raise your hand if you've ever said that again. Diet starts on Monday. I'll recommit on Monday. I'll start over on Monday. Like, anybody, can I get some hearts in here for that? Like, I hear it all the time, and I've said it to myself before. And I just feel like so many people get caught up on being like perfect with their diet. Yeah, and so they feel like if they have like one bad decision, one moment of weakness, that like everything's over and they've fallen off the wagon and they have to just start all over. Yeah, hands up. I've been there. I still do it sometimes. And I think it's really important to remember that health is a lifestyle, and eating well is a lifestyle, and it's not this quick fix, and it's not something you do short term. It's not, from start to finish. You don't commit to doing something for 3 weeks and then you're like, go back to the way you were doing it before. Welcome everyone who's joining. So we're talking about diet and getting off that yo-yo of being on or off a diet and being good or bad with your nutrition. I like to look at every single meal as an opportunity to make a good or a bad decision. Maybe it's a celebration and you are at a wedding and you have a piece of wedding cake. Like, if that was really worth it to you and you made that decision to make that cheat, if you want to call it. Yeah, it's really about a lifestyle change, and it can be hard. And like yesterday, so this is stemming from the fact that yesterday I went out wine tasting with my dad and my sister and my stepmom, and we went out to our favorite restaurant for lunch. And I'm on this really specific diet right now for SIBO treatment, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And this is like one of my favorite restaurants, and I was looking at the menu and I wanted to cry because there was like very few things on there I could eat. And I know how hard it can be to watch other people order the pizza across the table from you and the truffle fries like my dad and my sister did, which is fine. They can order what they want, and I don't want to like make them feel bad about it. But it's hard to sit there. So I'm a health and nutrition coach. So I understand how hard it can be to make those good decisions in the moment, especially when people around you aren't necessarily doing that same thing. So I think just remembering why you're doing this, and that like you're committed to, and you want to feel your best. And so much about what I focus on with nutrition, hey Janet, is feeling your absolute best So it's not always about weight loss, and sure, maybe having this one food might not make you put on 5 pounds overnight, but is it going to make you feel miserable for hours or even days after you eat it? And kind of figuring out what those things are for you and whether or not it's really worth it to splurge. But aside from that, I just thank you for the love. So not feeling like you've failed if you have a cheat or have an indulgence or something like that. I just think people have this sort of all or nothing mindset when it comes to diet. And, I think that stems from a lot of different programs out there. I love Whole30, and I really promote people trying something like that, like an elimination diet, so you can really see how foods affect you. But I think people feel like if they accidentally or intentionally have something they weren't supposed to have, that's it. They throw in the towel, they failed, given up, I'll just go back to what I'm doing, I'll try again next time. But you need to think of the try again as like the next meal you have. So, oh shoot, I went out to dinner and I had macaroni and cheese, and I really feel bad about that, both mentally and physically. So it's not like I feel bad about it, so now I'm going to go eat 3 donuts and 4 beers and just screw the rest of the night. It means like, okay, I'm going to think about this thoughtfully, like that's how that made me feel, both physically and mentally, and then the next time you have an opportunity to eat something and put it in your mouth, you choose something better for you. And if you're choosing the good things, 80 to 90% of the time with those little like discretionary options in there, like you're gonna be heading in the right path. And so many people feel like they have to be all in and perfect in order to get results and achieve their goals, and that's really not the case. Prepping food is such a lifesaver. That's something I really focus on and try to get people to do with my programs, because if you've got that good food in the fridge, you're going to eat it. And if it's not there and you're in a pinch and you need something fast, like it's so easy to grab that bag of chips or, that nutrition bar that might not be that good for you. So food prep is for sure a lifesaver. And taking a few hours on a Sunday to do that is going to save you so much headache during the week. That's just sort of what I wanted to talk about today. Did anybody have questions? Cook a few times a week, then just eat leftovers. Exactly. And if you just make like simple building blocks, like bake a bunch of chicken, cook up a bunch of sweet potatoes, roast a big pan of veggies in your oven. So you just have these building blocks that then you can season and add sauces to and kind of change the flavors with all week. It doesn't have to be boring. And it can be just, really simple. You're getting your carbs and your protein and your veggies and your healthy fats all in one meal, which is really important. Yeah, so that meal prep is key, and I know people hear it all the time. And I'm going to be doing more scopes as we keep moving forward on like just basic food prep, because I know a lot of people are just intimidated about getting in the kitchen and don't really know what to do. I'm sorry, Aldi, I missed your question. I think you said you did a bunch of food prep, which is awesome. So basically, I just don't want people getting stuck in this mindset of all or nothing, good or bad, on or off a diet. This is a lifestyle, something you need to maintain. If you have a milkshake, next meal, make sure you eat a bunch of veggies and, some healthy protein, and just make that as the next opportunity. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait till the start of a month. Take the next meal that you eat as the opportunity to make a better decision and eat something better for you. And if you're focusing on clean, whole, real foods 90%, 80% of the time, like you're still going to maintain and have progress. So just bust through that. That's my message to you today. And if you need any other help, you're welcome. Thanks for hopping on, Lynette. I really appreciate your support here. Exactly. Like, I don't have food ready for tonight, and I was going to go to the store, and I got a flat tire today and had to deal with that. So we're probably going to go out to eat, but I still make good decisions when I go out to eat. Focus on meat and vegetables, because that's sort of the foundation of what you should be eating. It doesn't have to be bad. And, speaking of yesterday with that meal at the bistro, and, my sister had her risotto and truffle fries, and my dad had his sausage pizza, and I ended up getting some grilled peppers and this beautiful pork chop, and I was not upset about it at all. I ate the whole dang thing. I was full and happy and satisfied. I didn't feel deprived. I had some wine because we went out wine tasting, and, I'm not feeling bad about that at all today. I wake up in the morning, I make myself a healthy breakfast and move forward. So, just don't beat yourself up about being perfect and falling off track, because you have an opportunity the next time you eat to make a better decision. Yum. Yeah, getting a rotisserie chicken, beginning of the week. I don't know if it's true for all Whole Foods, but, our Whole Foods market here on Mondays does a deal on their rotisserie chickens, and they have different flavors of ones, and it's just such a great thing to have in your fridge to make anything out of. You can just eat it as is with some veggies and sweet potatoes or something, or you can make chicken salad with some homemade mayo, make soup, anything like that. Yep, it's just some mental adjustments, and I deal with it, guys. I've been on all sorts of different diets. I've fallen off the wagon. There are times where I'm honestly too strict with myself, and that can make me go, that can make me go towards the other end, where if I say, no, I can't have that, no, I can't, rather than being well, I could if I really want it, and if I have it, I'm going to enjoy it, and just have a bite or two. If you kind of let yourself, it's allowed, but you're making smarter decisions about whether or not you're going to have it. I find that that's a much better approach too, when you just say, no, I can't have that, and you restrict, and then eventually, you kind of hit that breaking point. I can't live without chocolate. Unfortunately, actually, I can. I've gone 3 weeks without it now because of the SIBO diet. I cannot have it. So, there's just showing to myself that I can, in fact, go without chocolate. I'd rather not, but I can. And I'm finding solutions. I still want a little dessert. I've been making these little mug cakes with, pumpkin and coconut flour and egg in the microwave at night just to satisfy that. And it's still healthy and still in line with my diet and my goals. So it is still possible to enjoy food and enjoy yourself. So Lynette asked about keto. So keto is a high-fat, low-carb, moderate protein diet. It can really work wonders for people that have blood sugar regulation issues. I think it can feel a little extreme to go straight into that if you're on sort of a standard American diet at this point. And I think there are healthy and unhealthy ways to do keto, so you have to be careful and make sure you're doing it right. Oh my gosh, if you come to Portland, Janet, we are going to hang out. I'm going to take you to good restaurants. We have so much good food here. Seriously, you have to let me know. So keto can be great. I would follow Livin' Low Carb Man, Jimmy Moore, if you want more info on keto. He's sort of the go-to resource. Yeah, we've got so many good restaurants here, paleo, gluten-free, delicious. I feel really lucky here in Portland. So if you guys don't have any other questions, that's just sort of my message for you today, is to stay positive. Take each meal and each time you put something in your mouth as a time to make a good choice and recommit to your health, and not let it be an all or nothing thing. You don't have to be all in all the time. You can have a cookie and then go back to having a perfectly healthy meal the next time you eat. So if you just joined, please catch the replay and make sure you guys are following me. And I'm going to flip this around and show you my card again, because my handle on Instagram is different, and I post a lot over there too with recipes and things like that. You do. I'd love to hang out with you too. So I'm going to flip this around again so you can see, and I also have my email address if you guys have any questions about nutrition. If you're having some struggles with reaching your goals with weight loss and things like that, I'm happy to help you get a plan that's going to work for you and help you make it simple. So here we go. Here's my card. So you can see my Instagram handle is @CarlyS629. So it's different than my handle here on Periscope and Twitter. So go follow me over there, and then that's my email right there, coachcarlysullivan@gmail.com, and I'm happy to just chat with you about anything you're struggling with. I've been through the ringer with my diet and nutrition, so I've experimented with a lot and have a lot of experience that I'm happy to pass on. So thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, and I think my next scope is probably going to be a little tour of my pantry, if you guys are curious about that. It sounded like people wanted to know what I had in there. So, all right, have a great evening, everyone. Bye.